Okay, so I am going to try to debone this turkey. So let's see, I'll put some gloves on. I actually took all of the parts of the turkey that I knew I wasn't going to use, like the neck, the liver, the gizzards. Some of the fat I trimmed off as well. I got this turkey from Molly Stone's. I did not order a turkey this year, but they had some woolly birds, so I got one of those. I'm gonna take off the tip of the wing because I know I'm not gonna use that. I haven't done this in a while, so that'll be a little awkward, but I thought, let's record it and see how I do. So be really careful with this knife because it's really, really sharp. Very sharp knife. And I debone it so that I can stuff it with whatever I want. I stuff it and then I tie it. And, this year I'm going to use ground sausage and some butternut squash. And maybe some pomegranate. And onions and some sweet peppers. So let's see. I'm going to try to lay it as flat on this surface as I can. And I'm going to start cutting. The important thing is I want you to be able to see. I think I got it. You can see it. So I'm going to start by cutting like a line down the middle. And that'll separate some of the skin from the bone. And I do the back. I know, some people say it doesn't matter, like you do the front or back, but I like to do the back because that end piece, I'm gonna roll, and if it's too thick, it's harder. When it's thin, it's easier to roll it. So I'm gonna start, you just, stay as close to the bone as you can. Keep cutting down. Make sure you're in camera. Yep. Keep cutting. Stay away from your fingers. Stay away from my fingers. That'll be a different kind of video. Let's see here. So, and you won't be able to get all of the meat, of course. You get what you can. Keep cutting. What you have left over would be great because you could make soup. Use it for an omelet, like little pieces. And stay just close to the bone as I can. And some people take off the wings and the legs, and they just use the breast part, but I like some of the dark meat in here too. So I keep it on and try to just get as close to the bone, those bones as I can to get some of that meat in there. Watch your fingers. So now I'm here, and I'm gonna try to break this bone if I can. There you go. If I can break this bone off, it'll make it a little easier. Let's see. Cut it into a little bit. See, it ain't jointed, but sometimes you got a lot of ligaments around it, and it's harder to cut. There. hear it snap. There you go. I'll just put this paper down. It makes it a little less messy. So now you've got this dark meat here, and I'm gonna just cut as much of that as I can. Make sure you're still in camera. Yep. And I trim as much meat off this bone as I can. And see how it's beginning to lie flat. Don't cut if you can't see. Cut only what you can see. Otherwise, you end up cutting your hand or something. Anyway, this looks great so far. Now, if I didn't want this dark meat, it would be a little easier. Actually, a lot easier. But I want some of the dark meat off of this leg. And you'll have to go back in and pull all these tendons out. You don't want to choke on those. My light. Make sure everything is okay with that. Okay. Now, you've got all these tendons here, and you're gonna have to cut all around those until the end. Then you just pick them out. You can use like a little pliers, or just pull them out with your hand. See if I can pull that. Makes it easier. And I think I got the end one. Now I can cut that. So this part, I kept that. I guess I can use that. Close to bone as possible. Now, the easiest thing to do now is go on the other side. Got that part loose. Can you see that in the camera? I think you can. You can see how that's kind of laying flat. Now I use gloves because I just don't like the feel of the cold meat on my hands. But do what's best for you. I'm gonna cut it a little bit. Sometimes you can feel it a little bit better if you don't have on gloves. But I feel it okay. Okay. Cut that piece. I'm going to start on this side. And I'll try to turn it so you can see, but it's just like the other side. You just go next to the bone. Actually, this time I think I'm going to take this off. Now, makes it a little easier. Here with the lizards, with the gizzards and the liver and the neck. And let's see what we're gonna do. Let's start cutting. And it's kind of daunting at first because you look like, oh man, I got this big turkey and I'm supposed to take all the bones out of it and flat. You just start cutting. You get more confident as you go. When I first started, it's like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be one big hot mess. But it looks kind of messy. It really does look kind of messy. But when you're done, you'll see. You'll see when I'm done. You'll see what it looks like. It suits the purpose of what I'm trying to do. You'll be able to stuff it with whatever you want. And as I said, I'm going to stuff. This year, I'm going to actually stuff it in segments. Part of it will be like butternut squash, onions, and probably some sausage and peanut butter. And one will be like chickens, ground chicken, and some onions, and some sweet peppers. So I might put some quinoa in there too. Let's see. But you'll see this side as much. I'm just going to show you. I think it's important for you to see the whole turkey when it's done. Still cutting along the edges next to the bone. And I'll turn it so you can see. It's hard for me to cut it. I never cut it upside down before. It's just upside down to me anyway. But I want you to see it when I'm done. So I'm gonna keep cutting. And the light actually helps. Make sure you got plenty of light. I had extra lights just for the camera too, but you try to keep as much skin as you can intact too, because that'll help you like roll it out. Because you don't want this meat flopping everywhere, like loose. So you want to keep it in the skin as much. I'm just breaking that one leg, the bone, actually that's the thigh bone. Breaking that thigh bone. I can detach. There we go. Yeah. And you can feel, as you do it, you can tell. You're like, oh, it needs to lie flat. But I can break that bone or detach that bone away from that part and it'll lay flat. As you can do it the first time. It'll be a little more awkward, but I'm awkward this time because I haven't done it in, oh my gosh, definitely 4 years. But I wanted to do this for you. So thank you for watching my channel, and also to challenge myself to see if I could do it. I could still do it. I'm just taking the bone away. Here, Pop. I can lie it a little more flat. There. And that way. Okay. I'm still scraping next to the bone. And I'm going to go down the middle of the leg like I did on that side. And try not to cut towards your face or anything in case that knife pops up. And keep that knife away from your hands. Keep you intact. You want to detach the turkey to keep you intact. So I'm cutting. So I guess you can still see a little bit there. It's harder on this side, and my hands are so messy. Did not want to stop, but this is hard to see. I'll redo it for you, but I'll show you this way. It's just a repeat of the first half, but I'm gonna keep going because I want you to see what it looks like flat. Just to keep going. More tendons or something, but probably not. I know some people don't eat turkey. So now, I'm gonna cut this in the middle. This is the part with a lot of tendons. Legs, turkey legs have a lot of tendons in them. So I kind of cut it from the bottom as much as I can. Come back to the top. I'm keeping as much meat as I can. I'm trying not to cut the skin. I was a nurse for a while, so I took a few anatomy classes in my life. Some of this is what comes a little natural, I guess, now. But in anatomy class, I didn't cut too many turkeys. But here we go. Let's detach this. Once you get, both your legs off and you're trying not to cut toward me. once you get, I don't need that in it, but the tendons in it. I'm just gonna cut away. And once you detach that off the bottom, there you go. And you see, you've got one long piece of meat now. And I try to take as many of these tendons as I can. And I just shave the meat back in there as much as, because, you know, once you roll it up, and you're gonna put some ground meat in it anyway, so that's gonna be your, you see you've got the skin all on this side, which keeps it all together. Go through it, make sure you don't see any like chip bones or anything like that in there. Pretty good. Nothing. Yeah, that's just meat. That's meat. And then that's the tendon you want to pull out. I lit a couple of candles to light my way, and they really helped. Yeah. And actually, you know, when you started, it seemed like, oh my God, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be so difficult. But once you get started, it's pretty easy. And once you do it once, you know you can do it. But when you do it the first time, it's like, can I really do this? I think I watched, excuse me. I think I watched, the first person I watched do this was Martha Stewart. And she actually, I think, has a video online somewhere where she does it on her channel, maybe, that she does it. And she does a real good job too. You don't need to actually watch me pull all these tendons out. But the thing that you want to do too, see up in here, the meat is pretty thick, and you want to keep the meat as evenly as possible. So I think I butterfly it a little bit, open it up a little bit, you know. So you've got that. Open it up a little. So you open that up there. Open that. Because you don't want, you know, you want to cook it as evenly as possible. So I'll just put some little cuts through it. Right here. And look at that. I just can't believe. Oh my goodness. Now I'm confident again that I can do it. I mean, I wasn't confident, but I thought, well, I'll record it. And if I cut my fingers off, I won't show it. But it turned out good. And that's how you cut up a whole turkey.